If the base Chained Echoes felt like a love letter to the golden era of JRPGs, Ashes of Elrant reads like a handwritten postscript, short, heartfelt, and sometimes a little messy in the margins. This is an interquel, set right before the base game's finale. From the title screen, you can jump straight into the DLC with your completed save or a pre-made party. You can technically play it before finishing the main story, but don't. This side story is laced with late-game context and light spoilers. The premise is simple. A research expedition goes sideways, and the Crimson Wings are pulled into Elrant, an ancient city tied to Len's past. It's a chance to peek behind the curtain of the world's history, not a place where big dangling plot threads get tied off. Expect character moments and mythic vibes over grand revelations. The headliner is a new party member, the White Wolf Leonar, a bruiser who plays like a rhythm of bite marks and burst windows. You stack marks, you juice yourself with self-buffs, and when the timing's right, you cash out with fangs. He's fun enough to make you reshuffle an endgame roster you swore was set in stone. And yes, Sky Armor gets its time in the sun again, with a few fights built around reuniting with your mechs or abusing the terrain once you do. Exploration is where Ashes of Elrant feels most like coming home. New, tightly interlinked zones hide shortcuts, super bosses, secrets, and a fresh reward board that scratches that one more tile itch. If you're the type who refuses to leave a chest unchecked, you'll live here. Depending on how obsessive you are, you're looking at anything from a focused 8-ish hours to a sprawling 20 to clear every square and topple every optional brute. Under the hood, systems have been tweaked. Crystals are streamlined, no more late-night spreadsheeting merges, just slot what drops and get back to fighting. A new currency, Party Points, lets you unlock party talents, stat bumps, overdrive comfort, quality of life toggles, and 2 extracurriculars. Fishing is the star, a surprisingly robust little diversion with lures, levels, and big fish setups that plays nicely against the DLC's pace. Digging is less beloved. It's a timed sonar-ish hunt for buried trinkets and, crucially, the new class emblems. Those emblems are excellent. The process to unearth them can feel like poking holes, and hoping gods of RNG are feeling generous today. Combat's still the crown. Expect gimmick bosses that force you to think, like chess pieces that promote if you let them reach the end of the board, and difficulty that assumes you remember how overdrive works. Those party point talents make the green zone cushier, which is great for comfort but can blunt the edge if you stack them all. On the flip side, they make Sky Armor encounters swingy fun power trips. Builds are a touch less fiddly thanks to crystal simplification. But there's still enough to tinker with that swapping members and emblems actually matters. Presentation is on brand, warm pixel art, strong dungeon overworld flow, and new tracks that slot neatly into an already wonderful soundtrack. It feels good to be back in this world. There are some scuffs. The story's smaller focus means some party members mostly stand around looking cool. A couple puzzles read more trial and error than aha. Platform quirks exist. On some setups you may need to nudge a launcher or two, and trophy hunters won't find new lists to chase. So who is Ashes of Elrant for? If Chained Echoes stole your heart, this is more of the good stuff, denser maps to prowl, clever fights to solve, and a new toy in the White Wolf that tears things up once you learn his cadence. If you bounced off crystal crafting, the streamlined gear is a quiet win. If you were hoping for answers to the universe, that's not this chapter. It's an intimate detour, not the destination. At $10, the value scales with how you play. Beeline the story and you'll get a brisk, punchy JRPG ROM. Hunt every hidden tile, every big fish, every buried emblem, and you'll find yourself lost in Elrant's alleys for a good long while. Either way, it's a worthy excuse to dust off your wings and take one more victory lap across Valandis.